Welcome in. I am Crypto Bull God, and this is all in the charts. If you appreciate the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, drop me a comment, and click the bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live each and every single weekday. My plan did not pay off. Now, I had this live stream noted for 5 p.m., and I didn't go live until 5:12, because I figured with the extra 12 minutes I would wait for 5,000 people to join the live stream. It did not come fruition. There is one person on the live stream at the moment. So I hope everybody's having a great day. Market's just kind of like blah, 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 blah right now. Unless you own something like Caspa, which is having a really nice day. Not a really nice day, but a nice day relative to the rest of the market. Market's just kind of chipping and chopping around. We'll kind of take a look at price action and see if it's lining up with what I thought was most likely at current point. And then I'm going to open it up. Guys, I'm going to open it up to a live TA Q&A session. So feel free to drop whatever shitcoin or Bitcoin chart you want me to take a look at, and I'd be happy to chart it for you live on the spot. Of course, we can always go to traditional markets as well. Guys, real quick, before we get into crypto, Rashid, welcome in, my friend. Always good to see you. Always good to see you. Before we get into the charts real quick, I got to tell you, we're not going to digress here, and we're not going to go off on a tangent outside of crypto, so stay with me, guys. Stay with me if you just tuned in. I just feel like there's a lot of crazy shit that's been going on in the United States lately. And it's just, it feels impossible to not just want to talk about. So maybe I need to have a separate CBG podcast. We have the President of the United States who seemingly has disappeared and was diagnosed with COVID and has since dropped out of the election when he said he was not dropping out. Kamala Harris is running for president. Holy Christ. Wow. Someone with the least amount of credentials I could possibly think of is running for the president of the United States. Donald Trump was almost assassinated. The more you listen and you read about the facts associated with that assassination attempt, the more it's mind-boggling in terms of it not being a conspiracy and it being an inside job. There's just so much crazy shit going on right now. So the next 6 months should be five to 6 months should be very interesting going into the new presidency, whoever it will be. Let's get into the charts, Frankie. Good to see you, my friend. Bitcoin. Oh my gosh, we're down 2% today. It's the end of the world. I gotta spit this gum out. This shit's not happening. I thought I'd try and chew some gum during the live stream. That was perhaps the dumbest decision I've made all day. Guys, Bitcoin's down 2% today. Whoop-de-doo, right? Again, I spent too much time yesterday talking about all the bullish price action that came in last week. I'm not repeating myself. We're literally doing exactly what I just said yesterday. I said it's quite possible we could end up chipping and chopping around here in several days, right? Now, where would I get concerned with price? There's nothing going on in the charts that's concerning me, by the way. Where would I get concerned with price action? If you started to see candle body closes going below 63.8, okay, that would make me feel nervous. I'd want 61.8 to hold. If we lose 61.8, I think it's a pretty much a done deal, in my opinion, that we're going to start going much lower towards that $48 to $52 zone. So 61.8 is my line in the sand, although I don't see us deviating from 63.8. But primarily what I had indicated is staying within this range. We really ideally want prices to stay within this range because, like I said, if my assertion is correct that now that we've gotten to the midpoint of the range that we consolidated in for 4 to 5 months, now that we're in the midpoint of this range, we're not going to stay here long. I keep saying this. Chances are we're not going to stay here long because we spend so much fucking time in here, all right? So we're either going to break up or break down relatively soon, whether it's this week or next week. So we're just waiting for price to confirm what it wants to do. You know where I'm leaning towards, whether it's this week or next week. But there's nothing concerning going on with prices right now. Guys, What do you want me to chart? Because this live stream today is always for you. It's always for you. But the live TA Q&A today is for you. You can ask me any charting question you want. Anything on the spot. All right? This is live. Of course, there's about a 30-second delay. So, Ricky, morning CBG, good to catch your live stream. Cass looking hard as fuck for a BTC cooldown. Yeah, man. Casp is holding up real well given the price action today. We can take a quick look at it. Jep Rocks, super chats are never expected, but always appreciated, kind sir. Thank you so much. Todd coming in with the super chat just after Jep Rocks. Thank you both. Very, very much appreciate. I'm going to have to hit some heart buttons. I hearted you both. No homo. Good morning, Sir CBG. It's 5:18 a.m. here, and Cass seems, man, to think that there are people in the world who catch my live stream, what is probably first thing in the morning for you, at 5 in the morning. I don't know how soothing a voice I am to listen to at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I appreciate you tuning in. We will definitely take a look at AOS. Guys, let's take a look at Caspa, and then we'll take a look at AOS. I haven't checked out AOS recently. Last time, it'll be interesting to see where prices are at. Last time I looked at it, it was in the 60-cent range, so we'll see where it's at. This is kind of, I had posted this out on Twitter earlier today. This isn't Moon Talk. This is not Moon Talk. This is a depiction of roughly what you would expect to see if Caspa truly is going to hit that price range that I spoke about. Now, again, I have a published video out there I put out many months ago speaking to 2024 about the likelihood of Caspa hitting $2 to $4, that $2 to $4 range. Now, in that video, if you paid close attention, I did put a caveat that's based on the timing of, when things top out. You can tell based on my recent commentary that I'm much more leaning towards the first half of 2025. So if we really do top out in this bull cycle in 2025, I would expect some sort of a run up here, further consolidation before. This is the euphoric leg right here, where we go well over $1, right? So you'd roughly want to see something like this. This is not Moon Boy talk. This is roughly what you'd want to see for a realistic $2 to $4 price target. But the price is holding up very well today. We're up, what are we up? 1.6%. ETC's up 3%. Pepe's up 6%. Oh, Pepe's up 6%. Nice. And we're really just, we're right in this range here. We're just waiting to break out from this range at this 18 to 20 cent level. So, holding steady. Let's take a look at AOS. Again, last time I looked at this, it was in the 60 cent range. Where are we at? Okay, we're at 51 cents. All right. Man, I haven't looked at this chart in a long time. Let's get some. Now, one of the things that I routinely share with you guys is, as beautiful, you can see that we've had a monumental jump up in price here. We want to see stair steps, though, because that's going to create price confluence so that when we have these corrections, price has something to gravitate towards, okay? In this case, what are we looking at? 3-day chart. We're looking at a 3-day chart, 20 cross below the 50, which is never good to see. We want to see that 20 cross back above that 50 simple moving averages. We want all those moving averages in descending order that expresses the greatest amount of strength in the chart. Now, areas of support that I want to see hold, there's a major area right around there, all the way down at 17 cents. There's another area right around here at 34 cents. We're kind of hanging out. I mean, to be quite frank, unless we go to a more granular time frame here, we're kind of hanging out in no man's land, to be honest with you. So the next natural area for support here is 33 cents. Now, we haven't hit that. We've come down to 36, so we almost hit this 33 cent area. Right now, what I'd like to do is present another area of price confluence based where we've bounced. I really don't want to lose 33 cents because if we lose 33 cents, unfortunately, because this was such a monumental rise in price, 17 cents would be the next natural target. These wicks here, they don't mean anything. These two little wicks don't mean anything. There's a lot more price confluence touching here. Look at how many touches I have here. I could even bring this down lower, okay? Right around 33, 32 cents. So that's at 17 cents. So let's hold this 33 cent area. We don't want to dip below 33 cents, okay? The other obvious thing when we're assessing this chart that you can very quickly point out, what do we have? We have lower highs coming in, right? We have this descending area of resistance, okay? So we need to break out above the descending area of resistance. And beyond just a descending area of resistance, we can obviously point out some horizontal areas of price confluence that are going to provide some problem spots, okay? Namely 60 cents, which is the last time when I had assessed price action where we're at, 60 cents. Next key area would be, and this is a 3-day chart, by the way. Next key area would be around 80 cents, 81 cents, excuse me. And the last area would be the all-time high up here at $1.09. So that's really what we're looking at. If we look at the price indicators, one of the nice things that I like to see happening within this, actually there's a couple nice things. One, the MACD is trying, you can see it tried flattening out here, and it wasn't successful. It's trying once again to get a positive cross. Now we got to get all the way above 0, okay? Zero's right, actually it's right here, so it's really not that far away. We need that positive cross to come into the MACD. It's trying to do that. The RSI, the other thing I like to see is this RSI. It's curling up. And the stochastic RSI, you got a positive cross above 20. So this looks promising so long as the rest of the market continues churning up. We're going to see some sort of a rise in price here, and where I would expect to run into some problems here would be between 60 cents and 81 cents. That's what I would see. Jeff Rocks, always appreciate the support, man. I also see you on X on Twitter, so I do appreciate it. James, I have a cousin named James. Let's see. Man, I haven't spoken to James in a long time. I have a cousin, James. I haven't talked to him in probably, dear Lord, it's been a long time. He's doing well, though. He has a few kids. He's married, has a few kids. All right, let's see. Fort A. Do you mean Fort? Because I'm not seeing Forta, my friend. Do you mean Fort USD? I think that's what you mean. That's where we're going to roll with. Okay, this is the weekly on Coinbase. I think there's enough price data here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ugh. Not a big fan of this chart. Not a big fan of this chart. A lot of volatility. I'm going to guess this is a lower market cap. A lot of price wicks to the upside. What is this? Like a $200 million... I don't know what the hell this project is. Market cap 70 million. That's why. Yeah, man. This chart is not really. I'm actually going to consolidate it more because I don't even want to look at it. It's just so the problem with some of these charts is when you start to chart something out that has such a low market cap. This is like 60, 70 million. You start looking at things on a 2-day or 3-day. It doesn't really add a lot of value. Look at all these high price wicks coming in here. This just spells volatility in a low market cap. Low liquidity, high volatility. They're inversely correlated. If there's high liquidity, lots of capital flowing in, there's less volatility. If it's low liquidity, there's high volatility, right? It takes less money to move said asset. So right now, the best direction I can give you on this, I mean, I'm really not interested in this thing. I'm just going to give you one area of resistance, okay? We need to clear 35 cents and hold it for me to get interested in this project. Now, the one thing that is good to see is we do have a general higher low scenario coming in here. You can see we're holding this trend here. You know, there's some areas of support at 12 cents and 14 cents. It's just It's an ugly looking chart, my friend. I'm going to be honest with you. We'll take a look, my friend. Ricky, I'll let you know right away. Chances are, based on your commentary, we're not going to be able to, but we'll at least take a look. This is TA Q&A day, you know? Yeah, this is shit. This is shit. This is shit, my friend. I can't do anything with this. There's nothing of value I could add for you on this. It's just too early. What I would say is, I mean, this is on a daily, and there's like probably no liquidity on this thing. Small market cap. I'll give you maybe a couple areas of support, and that's about it. There. That's really what I would be. Maybe I might move this down here. This is your range, 26 cents to 16 cents. I'm not interested in buying this thing unless we're closer to 16 cents. What other TA questions do you guys have? What other TA questions? Outside of your questions, I can certainly look to see what's running at the moment. Pepe is the only... You know, Cocky New, which I own a very small amount of, is having a nice few days there. Let's see where we're at with Cocky New. I haven't looked at this one in a bit. Nice thing with Cocky New is, I mean, this is such a textbook bottoming pattern. Almost sort of looks like a falling wedge. We've broken the downtrend here. You can see we broke this downward area of resistance. Now, in terms of what I'd be looking for, I mean, I'm not swapping this out for anything or selling it. I'm just going to wait until this gets batshit crazy higher and take some profits. But you have an area of resistance right there. I mean, there's actually a lot of nice price confluence on this chart. You know, it's funny. We as human beings evolved, right? Some of you might believe in evolution theory. The more I'm around people, I do believe in God, if you're interested. But the more I'm around people, the more I believe perhaps we have evolved from apes because many of us are barbaric in nature. With that being said, the reason I bring this up about evolution is part of being an investor is being able to evolve your viewpoints, being able to evolve from an educational standpoint. And one of the ways, if you're part of this community, that I have pushed you gently, a little shove, pushed you into trying to evolve as a crypto investor was to get into meme coins, social tokens. I've been saying this for months. Meme coins and social tokens now comprise a much larger percent of my own personal portfolio than they did a year ago. A year ago, it comprised 0%. Okay? So, but what you do is you evolve as an investor, as a crypto investor, and you learn that the narratives and communities in this space drive a lot of what's going on. Okay? And it's interesting because the charts speak to it, right? I'm not investing based on the fundamentals. I'm investing based on the charts. And some of the best looking charts right now in crypto, believe it or not, they're in meme coins with Pepe, Brett. I mean, Cocky New has a nice chart. This chart, I'm going to continue to pick on it until it turns around. Cocky New's chart, just to let you know, is a much more attractive chart than Casper. Casper has been a pile of dog shit. Okay? It's done nothing. Right? Doesn't mean it can't turn around. Doesn't mean 6 months from now it might not be 10 cents and pull a 5x. I'm not saying it can't. But right now, I mean, you have to objectively look at the chart and say it sucks ass. Whereas you have a lot of these meme coins. You can pull up Wojak, $70 million market, $80 million market cap. Chart looks a hell of a lot better than a chart like a Casper. So we have to evolve as investors and understand that much of our success in this market will be dictated on understanding how capital is rotating. So I try to share that knowledge, try to drop that knowledge on this channel when I can. These are the two main areas of price confluence that I'm looking to break above. Once Cocky New starts settling up in this price region, I think it's just a matter of short time until it sets a new all-time high. Oops. That's all right. All right, what else, guys? It's TAQ&A. It's TAQ&A. Thank you, CBG. CBG. Appreciate your insight on a shitty chart, guys. You know I keep it real with you. I don't sugarcoat stuff. You know, it's interesting. It's the same thing with me. I like to be real with you. Okay, I'm not going to cater to a community. Look, number one altcoin holding, Caspa. If Caspa's chart tomorrow completely fell apart and something was going on behind the scenes with the fundamentals, I would come out here and speak to it if things like that were confirmed in the chart or the fundamentals. But the chart is the chart, right? So I'm not going to marry myself to a community. I mean, there are people that are still married to. I don't even want to go into it. Let's keep charting. What you reckon about rotation from meme coin profits to fundamentally stronger tokens? Great question. So, couple thoughts here, because I've considered this for myself with Caspa. I think there are two ways to approach this. Okay. I think first off, if you're going to rotate profits from social tokens or meme coins into a fundamental project, make sure to rotate it into a fundamental project that has a strong chart. This is all in the charts, right? Don't rotate it into something that's fundamentally strong where the chart looks like shit, okay? If you're planning to rotate it into an altcoin that has been bleeding nonstop against Bitcoin, dumb decision, okay? But if what we're talking about, we'll use Caspa as an example, or maybe even H-bar's been so-so, but H-bar, or something like that where fundamentally you feel great about the project itself, and then you look at the chart and you're feeling pretty optimistic about it, render, something like that. I think there are two ways to go here. One, and you always want to avoid over-rotation. Number one, I think it would be, the first way to approach it is, yes, I think it would be very smart if you have some meme holdings that have created substantial profits for you, taking some off the table. You want to ride your winners until something changes in the chart. Ride your winners, else you could be selling too early. But there's nothing wrong with taking some off the table and putting it in something that's more fundamentally strong, especially if that token hasn't really been running as of late, you feel that it is due for a breakout based on the chart. Yes, I think that's very smart to do. Two, the other way you could do it based on your investment philosophy is you have some meme holdings and you're not planning on selling your meme holdings until the market is at a likely topping stage. That is personally how I plan to do most of my selling in general. I want to avoid over rotation. So while I've taken the opportunity recently to reposition my portfolio, I don't know that I really anticipate reconfiguring that portfolio too much from this point moving forward. I think my portfolio pretty much is my portfolio, and I'm really not going to be looking to shift meme profits into my fundamentally strong projects unless if something just runs astronomically hard. If I wake up tomorrow or a couple months from now and WIF has pulled a 20x and it's closing in on a $50 billion market cap, yeah, and there are other tokens that I own that I feel very convicted about that really haven't been running, yeah, then I would look to start to take some profits. But for my own case, I believe I fall in category 2, which is my holdings are my holdings, and I don't really plan on rotating. But again, I think it is smart depending how you do that. And as long as you plan on scaling out and taking some of those profits and rotating them in, right? You always want to ride your winners, right, until the chart changes. Ondo Finance. Guys, we're running up against the clock. Are there any more TA questions? We got a quiet audience today on the TA questions. I'm getting a few charts, but from a few of the same people. So whatever charts you guys have questions on. This is a nice looking chart. Now, we've broken the uptrend. I know that one of the things I've spoken to is when you start drawing these uptrends, they're not going to hold forever, right? I mean, we could, maybe at some point draw it like this, But the main thing when you're assessing a chart like this that you wanna see have occur within the chart is for price structure that has been established on the chart to hold up as support, and that is what's going on right now. Here's the story I would create for this chart. We had a giant rise in price from 24 cents all the way up here to this 90-cent range. We spent so much time consolidating in this range. Then look what happened. Once we broke out of that 90-cent range, what transpired? Well, now we're in this range, right? So now we've leveled up. We're taking stair steps up, okay? Which is great, great, great to see. So what I want to see, based upon me dropping that basic TA knowledge on you, is I don't want to break this 90-cent level here, right? On a candle body close. I want to maintain this level and just continue to gravitate in here so that I can increase the likelihood that sooner rather than later I'm going to break above $1.50, which is the all-time high up here, $1.48, $1.50. Clearly there is a descending area of resistance. Okay. There's your descending area of resistance. In order to really start to exhibit some strength within this chart, we really need to break above that descending area of resistance. Okay, so that's one of the first things you want to watch for. And then in terms of other areas of price confluence, there's an obvious area right there at $1.10. And we're getting some wicks up here. I'm noticing these wicks. See these wicks here? Wicked up here, right? Buyer exhaustion, buyer exhaustion, buyer exhaustion, buyer exhaustion, buyer exhaustion. Right around $1.30. So your $1.10 and $1.30 are going to be major areas. If we go down to the price indicators are looking so-so. We need a little bit of a turnaround here. I'll start to feel more confident in the chart once we reclaim this area. I want to get back up into this area right here, okay? I want to get back up into this area. Once we reclaim an area between $1.10 and $1.30, then it's all about breaking $1.30. Once $1.30 breaks, more than likely you're going to be setting new all-time highs very soon. So that's what I would watch for in the chart. Juan, I promise I don't play favorites, man. If I don't see you, it's because there's... Honestly, I'll be honest. For a smaller channel, this is a small channel, right? And I have all sorts of thoughts on why that is. But this is a small channel. And so based on how small of a channel this is, there's actually a lot of comments here. So it's hard for me to... I can't imagine someday if I were to have 10 times the amount of subscribers, me trying to follow along in the comments. It's going to be a lot harder. It's already hard enough. Oh, God. Juan, you're asking me to check PLI again. Man, we chart this damn thing every week. How much money do you have in PLI? God damn. We do this every week, Juan. Look, I love you, man. I do. I really do. You're a consistent community. You're such a fellow supporter of the channel. But every fucking week we chart this thing. Why, Juan? Why? All right. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. It was looking good when we broke out here. I will tell you that. Ever since, I remember looking at this with you. This is not looking good. So I'll tell you what. Not much has changed since we've had this conversation. I mean, you can see we were up here. We don't chart, but new stuff happened. I got you. Come on, I'm giving you a hard time, but. This chart sticks out to me because I know we've charted. I'm giving you a hard time, but I actually do appreciate you bringing it up, because right when we broke this zone here, I talked about this area. Now that we've broken this area, by the way, pay attention to Todd's comment. That is a very true statement. Now that we broke this area here, you need to see, Juan, what I want to tell you is this. Do you remember do you remember when we charted Casper and we had a real let me pull it up because people still don't. I think there are people out there that still don't believe this chart has completely broken down and looks like a pile of shit. Now look, could this turn out to be a range deviation, right? It could, but again, I just want to continue to state this. It doesn't matter where you invested in Casper. Think of all the assets you could have invested in that made so many returns, right? Everything you were hearing about the past 2 years, guys. 2 years. If you put any money in this asset, you lost value. You literally have lost value. Now, could this be a range deviation? Of course it could. Is this a Wyckoff accumulation? I find it highly doubtful, but if you choose to look at it that way, that's fine. I think that's a risky bet. But either way, once you broke market structure here, you're playing with fire. This is what we call the no-no zone. This is me living in the realm of reality and being objective. This is the no-no zone. Why is this the no-no zone? Because we had all this price structure that was created right here, and once we broke below it, look what's below here. Nothing. There's no reason Casper couldn't go to a penny. There's absolutely no reason why it could. Is it going to go to a penny? No, I did not say that. But you're playing with fire on this chart. I'm bringing it back home to the question on PLI. Don't play with fire. Don't break 2 cents. If you break 2 cents, you are highly, highly increasing the likelihood that you will go substantially lower. There's no floor down here. Yes, there's a wick. There's a wick, but understand there's a big difference when you're charting between a candle body and a price wick. A single price wick. This little wick here at 1.5 cents, that provides no stability for price. None. Okay? Virtually none. Okay? So if we break 2 cents, we're in the no-no zone. In fact, let's I hope this doesn't happen, Juan, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. How did I draw it here? Okay, the no-no zone. We're going to put the no-no zone. We're going to put it right here. This is the no-no zone. Hold on. And I'll count on you to revisit this chart if we start breaking below. This is the no-no zone, guys. Okay? Again, we live in the realm of reality on this channel. I don't give you unicorns and fairies and rainbows and tell you that the Smurfs are coming to greet you at the end of the rainbow with the leprechauns and the Care Bears, and they're all going to be there with great abundance of gifts or whatever, all right? You enter this zone, you're fucked for the most part, all right? You're fucked because you're literally gambling at that point. In my opinion, you break 2 cents, you're gambling that we're going to recover, right? Could we have a fake out? Could we spike down here and pop back up? Of course we could. But again, I just want to articulate this properly. You're playing with fire. There's too many other good charts out there. So this chart needs to show me something. It's got a lot of areas of resistance up here. It looked very promising. When we charted it, all I can tell you is what the chart was saying. We broke out of a massive, before this fall down in price, we broke out of the massive downtrend. Now, we did triple top up in this area, a little bit of caution. Look at the weekly gravestone doji, and we had a downtrend. So, not looking greatest. Not looking greatest. Oh, God. No, I'm not saying it will, but it's playing with fire at the moment. Guys, Track, welcome in, man. Where you been at? Where's Oof at? Where the hell's Oof at? He might be silent in the background. He might have popped in for a minute or two. You know, Oof, I don't think... I get accustomed to the usual people that pop into the live stream. Oof will come in and say, let's fucking go. I know you guys. So when certain people are missing, I know it. Hell, Todd super chats me every single day, so I know if Todd's missing. I mean, Jesus, Todd's my #1 fan. Let's take a look at what I'm feeling generous today. Let's take a look at another chart. MNW. Now I know that was a fan favorite there for a while. No, I don't have a chart for it. Let's take a look here. Give me one. Actually, give me All right, I gained a viewer as I left. Okay. Harmony to 98 cents. Yeah, I gotta tell you, Harmony 1 not playing out as I would have expected and hoped. Not looking great. Anything really going on? I thought it was at 1.4 cents last I looked. Yeah, Harmony 1's not doing shit. This is the Holy Crypto Trinity. Holy Crypto Trinity. The Holy Crypto Trinity. Let me just again. I spit facts on this channel. The Holy Crypto Trinity needs to be resurrected at this point. It's like Christ on Easter. All right. These things were literally crucified, and they're trying to be resurrected. That's what we're looking at right now. So anyway, let's get back to MNW here. Morpheus from the Matrix. Morpheus Network here. Let's see. I don't know what the hell. I don't know the last time I talked about this, and I don't know what these drawings signify here. Thank you to everyone new tuning in for the engagement. Show a little love in that thumbs up button. Drop me a TA question. I'm feeling generous today. I'm running over because I love everybody on the live stream. So I'll keep charting as long as there's questions. Quite possibly. Apparently I was counting out the years here. I don't know what the hell was going on there. I don't know what conversation we were having last time we looked at this chart. Let's take a look at price action, though. So I got some areas of price confluence up here. You can see a descending area of resistance. You can see horizontal red lines of resistance as well. Where are we going to find support? Well, price has bounced right here. If I put a line there just signifying that we bounced here, is there anything when we look left that would make sense? Yeah, I would say absent of that data, I would have drawn it. It's kind of tough because there's a lot of chipping and chopping in here. I would have drawn it right around. I would have drawn a zone. A nice zone between 59 and 57 cents. So, yeah, we're bouncing right in that zone. Now, I want to see this level hold. If this level doesn't hold, next we're looking at approximately 45 cents. If 45 cents doesn't hold, then we're looking at 37 cents. And if 37 cents doesn't hold, you guessed it, we're in the no-no zone. So we still have several areas of price confluence, though. Again, I can't tell you what this chart's going to do, but I would suspect, given the upturn in the market that I am expecting, although this thing's been in a significant downtrend all year. Look at this. I would otherwise, had we not been depreciating in value since 2024. Actually, we did have a pump up here in March when Bitcoin was running. I would say if I were to take an educated guess on this chart, because I'm not familiar with the project or the chart very much, just looking at the chart here, I would say given the general excitement that I expect to see in the market relatively soon, I do expect that if we haven't bottomed, we're very close to it. Maybe we come down and tag 45. I don't think we're going to come down here to 37, but we may have very likely bottomed. Same thing with a shitty chart like this. Casper may have very well bottomed. Casper hit 1.8 cents. What a pile of shit. It may have likely bottomed, but again, I'm not willing to. I might take a small trade position because I was looking at this the other day that I think there was some bullish divergence building on the smaller time frames. Yeah, so this is one where at least I'm eyeing for a small-term trade. Because if you look at the daily, look at how this relative strength index is beginning to increase here relative to the price staying relatively flat. 3-day, not so much. You could get a nice pop in Casper. And one of the nice things, if you're not invested in this, hopefully you're not, but if you're trading it, now that we've broken, one of the things you can do for a trade on this, okay, and I'll tell you what I do if I do decide to enter a trade position. There's an area of price confluence right here, right? Or let me give you the range. There's really a range. So let me delete this. Okay. Let me clone this. So there's really a range right about, I'd say like right in here. So if we do get a bounce in Casper, the nice thing is if you purchase this around 2.1 cents, you might be able to ride this 40%. You might be able to ride this thing all the way up to the 2.5 to 2.8. Because what we typically like to do now that we've broken price structure, price likes to bounce at some point and try to get above here. Now, the most bullish thing is we do get above here. We re-enter the channel, and then you'd be looking for a general uptrend. Now the trend reversal has ensued. But quite often, if it's still bearish, what it likes to do is it likes to come up here and at least initially tap it and get rejected, right? And then what you can do is sell part of your position. If you want to re-enter, you can allow prices to come back to you and then re-enter for a possible retest. But that's what I would look for there. But yeah, MNW, I would expect this relative area to hold here. This is on the weekly. Anything on the lower time frames to give us some optimism here? Okay, I'm seeing a little bullish divergence on the 3-day. That's good to see. Let me point that out if that was too quick for everyone. So as you can see, the RSI here is increasing as the price was decreasing. So there is a little bit of bullish divergence. And what that is saying in layman's terms is that there is seller exhaustion coming into this move, that even though the price is going down, there's less strength behind the sell side price action. All right, I got a lot more charts coming in here. Let me see. I'll take one of your DCF, glad to have you on the live stream. I'm going to choose one of these charts. I'm not going to take a look at both. I'll take a look at one. I'm going to look at Manta because I know it, don't know it. Like, I know it, but it's escaping me what it is. And we've looked at Binance before, which is a really bullish chart. Let's look at Manta. I'm actually curious. Hey, is anybody here, real quick in the comments, drop me a comment. Is anybody here going to the, I almost actually, this was months ago. I was talking to Alex over at Tactical Investing, and I was really contemplating whether I wanted to go to the Bitcoin conference in Nashville. Would have been pretty cool, especially that Trump's going to show up and Elon Musk is rumored to potentially be there. I would have, man, if Elon Musk was there, it would have been pretty sweet. But ended up obviously not going. I'm not going. But is anybody here going to the Bitcoin conference in Nashville? Manson Network. I know this project. It's just escaping me. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at it. So, wow, if you got in down here, you're great. But if you didn't, well, okay. Obviously in a downtrend, right? Don't need to spell this out for you, but I will. You can see, whoop, downtrend, okay? So, never good to see. Yeah, there's literally no price confluence here. So there's no way, when I'm looking at this chart, in a way, I am handicapped. The reason that I'm handicapped, there are several different ways as a chartist that you can be handicapped. One of the ways that you can be handicapped is if you have limited price data, right? So routinely, one of the things that I do comment on is that Bitcoin itself, although it's the most mature asset within the space, still has limited price data. It doesn't really have that much price data. It's like 12 years, whatever, price data. It's not a lot. So the amount of time that exists on a chart will handicap you. And the amount of time is also indicative of the time frame, obviously, you're looking at. In this case, and there's a second thing that limits us, I wanted to point out. The second thing that limits us is when we're at a point in time on the chart for when we look left and there's no price confluence. There's literally nothing here. There's just a green bar. There's nothing for price to gravitate towards here. So I'm very handicapped in charting this because there's no price confluence to the left and there's an extremely limited amount of price data. So what I would say to you is you better hope 74 cents holds, because if 74 cents holds, your guess is literally as good as mine in terms of where this could bottom out. and we have a descending resistance here. So the first true sign of strength within this chart will be breaking this descending resistance, okay? Once we break the descending resistance, the next natural question is, what other price levels do we need to get above? What's going to cause us a problem, and where do we need to get above? I see $1.42, and I see $2.60, and then you have all-time highs up here. So very limited price data, though. Neffy, haven't seen you in a long time, my friend. Good to see you on the live stream, man. Thanks for dropping in. Kamala Harris might be at the Bitcoin conference. I think if she is, she would get booed the fuck out. Kamala Harris? Are you kidding me? Oh, Jesus Christ. You know, I'm not going to get political on this channel. I don't do politics, but how did she even become the vice president? I'm sorry, what did she actually do? I don't understand. It's a joke. It's like, it's the older I get, the more I see politics is just theater. It's just such a sad state of affairs. And I know if I'm going to sit over here and complain about it, I should have a solution. I do believe in that. If you're going to complain about something, you should have a solution. I don't know what the right solution is, but it's sure as shit not the shit show we have today. Yeah, I don't want to upset anyone here, but I kind of in the same boat as you in terms of your comment there, Juan. Ooh, Juan, you changed your profile photo there. Oh, that sucks, DCF. Do you mind me asking what you do? I think you might have actually shared what you did before for work. For some reason, your name and me asking what you do for work is clicking for some reason, but be curious what you do for work. Sucks you couldn't get off. Yeah, it's one of those things. Look, if I were in your shoes, DCF, look, if I were in your shoes and I felt conviction on the fundamentals and we had this large of a pullback, I would just be DCAing in. Just understand there's no reason we can't go to 45 cents or 60 cents. This could continue going down, right? We've been in a downtrend. This isn't me telling you it's going to continue to be in a downtrend. I'm just saying there's nothing in the chart right now to suggest that we're going to see a pop up in price. But if you believe in the fundamentals and something that has such limited price data like this, I would just continue DCAing in. That's what I would be doing if I had big conviction on it. Logistics manager. Sounds very fancy. Logistics manager. You know, you remind me of someone I went to school with who majored in... I went to junior high school, and college with this guy. It's amazing, and he majored in business logistics. It's amazing the friends you make over the years who you lose touch with. I think what happens quite often in life is the older we get, I don't take it the wrong way, the older we get busy with our lives. We move to different geographic areas of the country. We have families, most of us. That has not worked out for me so far in life, but we have families. And so we just get busy and we lose contact with one another. But I had a good friend at one point who he was actually a logistics business major. Sounds good, my friend. Sounds good. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it. We've been on live stream for 49 minutes today. I think that's going to cut it. Now, real quick, before everyone tunes out, for the few people who just popped in, there is a very high likelihood that I will be unable to live stream tomorrow. And it's very disappointing because we have the Bitcoin conference tomorrow. And we've had 2 down days in the market. I would take an educated guess and say we're not going to see 3 red days in the market. So I would suspect tomorrow's going to be a green day. So it will suck if I can't live stream tomorrow. But if I can't live stream tomorrow, if that does happen, I'll do an extra long live stream on Thursday. If I do live stream tomorrow, it's going to be a pretty quick live stream. I'm not going to be on here for long. But in any case, I really appreciate everyone showing up. Until next time, Let's all spread awareness and let's carry the education forward. Take care, everyone.